Rangers with the 96. In the Atlantic, pretty much exactly the same here. It's going to finish first, Boston, Toronto second, Tampa Bay third, unless anything crazy happens here. But that is how it should finish. The Islanders in the top wild card spot, Pittsburgh in the second, Florida 3 points behind Pittsburgh, 4 points behind the Islanders, Buffalo and Washington 6 points behind Pittsburgh. And then we go down, Ottawa and Detroit there, and then the bottom feeders of the Eastern Conference. Moving on along to the West, Minnesota still holds the lead for first in the Central after Sunday, but as you can see, it's a 1 point difference between the three teams. It's refreshing to have a nice close race like this, this close to the end of the season here in the Central. In the Pacific, we also have a pretty close race with LA and Vegas in the top two spots, Edmonton in the third. When it comes to wildcard teams, Seattle in the top spot, Winnipeg in the second, Calgary and Nashville, a few 4 to 5 points behind Winnipeg for the final spot. And then the red hot Vancouver Canucks getting hot at the wrong time, followed by St. Louis Blues, Arizona with 67, and then the bottom feeders of the Western Conference. Looking at what happened up on the site yesterday, a 2-1 day for me. Was looking at 3-0, so close, but did not get there. Last 7 days, Nick and Tim are number one. Great job, guys. And then I'm number one last 30 days on the site. I'll bring up the first game and we'll jump into the chat here. Richie, I smashed the like. Wow, somebody beat you, Richie. Wow. It doesn't show you live on YouTube. Yes, that's what I was wondering because it said here that I had no viewers, but people were commenting in the chat, so I was confused. But okay. LOL J Stone, I'll just have to. Good day, Richie. Good day, Terry. And Richie, I smashed the like. Smash the like right after J Stone. There you go, Richie. Thank you. What's up, Terry? What's up, Richie? Hey, Terry. Hey, Crystal. Never mind, it works now. Needed to update YouTube. No problem. Happy Monday, Terry. We cashed it for Saturday and yesterday. Yes, both of us have cashed our best bets back-to-back days. Let's keep it going today, Kev. Kings win, but the puck line giving up the goal with 49 seconds left in the game after a 5-1 lead. I know, Brian. Trust me, I'm right there with you. It's just upsetting, but sadly, that's what's going to happen in sports betting. You're going to have bad beats, especially when you bet daily. That's going to happen, and as frustrated as I was once I had my morning coffee, I felt better. And now we're on to today's slate. So starting with this game here, Montreal Canadiens plus 138 to plus 163. Buffalo Sabres minus 173 to minus 200. Sevens, I see a couple 6.5s here in this one. The news this morning, Tage Thompson will not be in the lineup for the Buffalo Sabres tonight. I'm not sure exactly who's going to be taking his spot on the top line. If it's Dylan Cousins, I'm probably going to look at Dylan Cousins props if he does indeed move to the top line. Montreal 3-3 in their last 6 games. They've gone over 7.5 in 5 of their last 7 games. So Montreal scoring goals, but they are allowing a lot of goals as well. Buffalo 3-1 in their last 7. They've gone over 6.5 in 6 of their last 7 games. They've gone over 7.5 in 3 of their last 7 games. Buffalo also involved in high-scoring games here. And that's where I went, the over 6.5. This morning now, looking at it, you got to take the over 7. But as I said, both teams have been going over 7.5. I see a high-scoring game in this one. No opinion on the side, really, but it's hard for me to lay minus 173 to minus 200 with Buffalo at home, especially with no Tage Thompson in net. So looking at props, I didn't really find any in this game. that stood out to me. So I didn't bet any, but I have lots of props in the other games. So no problem. Morning, Terry. Morning, Tim. Can't believe under 6.5 didn't hit Colorado 0-0 end of first and 2-0 end of second. Yes. Habs. Habs money line plus 170, line too wide. Habs easy money tonight. Sabres won't win without Tage Thompson. Lean under 7. I retire from betting the NHL. ISX. You can't be called. That's why I guess you're not called ISX anymore. Doc, anytime goal, point, and assist. Very nice. Matheson, assist and points. All right. We'll jump into the second game here. We've got Florida Panthers and the Ottawa Senators. Florida minus 134 to minus 150. Ottawa Senators plus 110 to plus 135. Sevens, couple 7.5s available in this one. Florida's lost 3 games in a row, but previous to that, they were 6-0-1 in their 7 before that. So they were getting hot prior to that. Um, the 3-game losing streak. They've gone over 6.5 in 7 of their last 8 games. Looking at Ottawa, 2-6-1 in their last 9. They've gone over 6.5 in 12 of their last 16 games. Both teams involved in high scoring games, and that's why we see sevens and a couple 7.5s available here. Um, I believe as we continue to go over the next few years that we're going to see a lot more sevens and a lot more 7.5s in the NHL. Scoring is at an all-time high, and while I like the over in this game, I do like Florida more. Obviously, the price has moved quite a bit now. If you can get them at that minus 134, I would take it. Otherwise, minus 140, minus 150, I would go in regulation instead. Um, take them in regulation, which should be, well, actually, it would be plus money. Here, let's take a look. Yeah, plus 113, minus 106. So shop your lines, but I would go with Florida in regulation here. Unless you do like to lay minus 140, minus 150, then take Florida money line. Panthers money line for Nick. I'll get to props here in a second. Can both teams lose? No. Not that you have to be really worried about Ottawa anymore. Steve has to bring Ice X back out. We'll see. 7.5s. Yep. Best bet for Ice X, who is unretiring from betting the NHL. Anaheim money line and Arizona money line. Right. All right. There we go. March killed me completely. Yeah, for overall for the show for the best bets, it's been a rough month. Matthew Kachuk, Barkov, Stutzel, anytime goal. Panthers should win, but them struggle lately. Steve, I understand, but there's always the next day. Yes, so Panthers have lost their last 3 games. One thing I forgot to mention: Florida 7-1-1 in their last 9 trips to Ottawa, 11-3-1 in the last 15 meetings against Ottawa. So Florida has definitely handled Ottawa, and I think this is a good spot for them to end their losing streak in Ottawa. Player props: Matthew Kachuk, anytime goal. His 6 game goal scoring streak came to an end in his last game, but I think he scores here plus 105. One of the reasons why I think he scores here is because he's playing his brother, Brady Kachuk, who I also think will score at plus 125. He has a goal in 5 of his last 7 games. And then I am going to Carter Verhaeghe to get an assist, which he's done in 6 of his last 8 games for plus 155. If Matthew Kachuk is scoring a goal, Verhaeghe is likely getting an assist. So they kind of go together here for plus money. Tim is going to go to the NBA. No betting allowed. And he's taking Denver minus 5.5 plus Jokic triple double. Surprised you haven't made that your best bet more often. It actually does surprise me quite a bit. We'll go on here. Verhaeghe's on a heater too. Yeah. Assists in 6 of his last 8 games. It shouldn't be plus 155, especially with a high total like this of 7. It should not be plus 155. Kachuk Kachuk anytime goal parlay. I'm doing it singly because if you parlay them together and only one scores, it's going to be upsetting. So you can do them singly, but if you want to parlay them together, that's definitely not a bad look. Yes, Brady. Yes. Best bet for Brian is going to be. I is going with Florida money line plus New Jersey money line plus 210. All right. Plus 210. Gross, get your no betting allowed out of the hockey show. Yes, agreed, Tim. Get it out of here. Sounds like a best bet. Earl Sports Bets. Definitely for you, Richie, because you love your anytime goal parlays. We will jump into the third game here. We have the New Jersey Devils minus 125 to minus 138. New York Islanders minus 105 to plus 114. Sixes, couple 6.5s available here in this game. New Jersey 2-3-2 in their last 7 games, so not really doing all that well lately. Although they've had some tough opponents in their recent stretch. Islanders 3-3-1 in their last 7, so again, not really doing all that well lately. Islanders have had their way with the Devils 5-2 in their last 7 at home against the Devils. However, we just saw the Islanders, who had an 11-game winning streak against Buffalo. That streak ended here. Now we have the best road team in the NHL, the New Jersey Devils, coming in here, and I'm on them. I like the Devils here. They've been breaking streaks against teams all year long that they've struggled against. This Devils team is just different this year. And while they haven't played as good lately as they have most of the season, I think this is a close, probably low scoring game, something like a 2-1 final here. But I do like the Devils. They're just a fantastic road team all year long in this one. Devils minus 7.5. Islanders money line lean under 6.5. I'm joking. Ha ha ha. Devils money line. Yes. Devils money line. Oh, that's right. The Sabres just beat the Islanders. Yes. That long, long, long losing streak in New York came to an end. You forgot about that. Yeah, I'm not sure that's true, but you're probably still thinking about it. We'll move on along. Oh, actually, go back. Player props here. Nico Hischier to get an assist, which he's done in 5 of his last 6 games for plus 115. Nico Hischier to get an assist. Obviously, this is not going to be a huge prop game because I do think it probably finishes 2-1. So not a game I want to jump too much into props. Moving on to what might be one of the best games of the night. Moving on here, or one of the most competitive games. We have Seattle Kraken plus 100 to plus 118. Minnesota Wild minus 124 to minus 138. Sixes, I do see a 5.5 available in this one. Seattle Kraken 3-1-1 in their last 5 games. After a little bit of a rough stretch there, they've kind of turned things around lately, going 3-1-1. Minnesota 14-1-4 in their last 19 games. 1 regulation loss in their last 19 games, which is just crazy. They've gone to overtime in 8 of their last 19 games. Seattle's gone to overtime in 3 of their last 5 games. Minnesota, Seattle faced each other 5 times since Seattle joined the league last year. The Wild 3-2. Both meetings this year were in shutout fashion. 1-0 Wild, 1-0 Wild win, 4-0 Kraken win. I think we get a draw on this spot. I think these two teams go to overtime. I think it's a low scoring game, and I think the Wild win something like 2-1 or maybe 3-2 for the Wild. So I like the under 6. I like wild money line, and I like the draw at plus 320. I think this is a very competitive close game that goes to overtime. Looking at player props, Vince Dunn assist. He has an assist in 11 of his last 13 games. Um, that's close to an auto bet because it's usually plus money, which it is again today, plus 120 for Vince Dunn to get an assist. For Minnesota, he didn't score in his last game, Matt Boldy, but he's been so hot for the Wild, plus 190 for him to score. He has a goal in 5 of his last 8 games. And then the big one, the big boy, Ryan Reeves, anytime goal, plus 700. He has a goal in 4 of his last 7 games. And it's plus 700. So great value there for Ryan Reeves. Not somebody you'd expect to be finding the score sheet, but when he's on the ice, nobody really wants to get involved or really go near him at all. So that's leaving him with open opportunities, and he has been scoring. So Vince Dunn assist, Matt Boldy goal, and Ryan Reeves goal, plus 700 in this one. Hush. Brock Nelson plus Zach Parise props. Parise on the top line. Parise didn't do anything yesterday. He sucks. Steve, let's go. Yes, let's go. Terry fades my Isles by backing his wild Minnesota money line. Nick, it's not about backing people's teams or not backing people's teams. It's about capping and picking the team you think is going to win and making money. So, yes, I'm fading your Isles. Introducing the Tim Terry Fuck Mick parlay. Oof, that has a nice ring to it. Buffalo, New Jersey, Minnesota money line. I love it, Tim. I absolutely love it. That's the play of the day for the show. I thought the Kraken are road warriors. They are. They are. Other than New Jersey and obviously Boston, I think the Rangers have a very good road record as well. But the Kraken are very good on the road, but they don't win every game on the road, Richie. And the Wild are just finding ways to get the job done. They are until they play mini. No, not what I said whatsoever. Best bet will be totally not me, right? Plus 424 for that parlay. Best of luck. Introducing the all of your favorite teams lose except the dog at Tim, Hobbs, Isles, and Kraken. Seattle first period minus a half. Seattle regulation plus 400. Under no circumstance am I passing up that price. All right. All right. Well, if the Wild play like they did against Philadelphia, then you've got a good shot at that. But uh, I don't know. I'm kind of against you there, Jay Stone. He sucks. Yes, Crazy sucks. Yes, he's scoring lately, but he's a bum. He's a bum. Yes, he's a bum. Under 5.5 is plus 114. Yes, if you want to go for the plus price, you can do that. Damn, Timmy. Damn. Can I trust Flower against the Kraken? Flower? I think he's won 7 of his last 8 games. So, yeah, I would trust him. And the game he lost was in overtime. Shocking. Seattle first period, or sorry, the game he lost was in a shootout. Shocking. Seattle first period is the sexiest thing in this game. All right. All right. We'll see. Moving on. Yeah, moving on to our next game here. Edmonton Oilers and the Arizona Coyotes. Edmonton minus 300 to minus 350. Arizona plus 213 to plus 275. Sevens. We do have a 6.5 and a 7.5 available in this game. So depending on what side you like, or sorry, depending on what total you like. Edmonton 9-2-1 of their last 12 games. They've gone over 6.5 in 6 of 7. They've gone to overtime in 3 games in a row. Arizona also off an overtime game to Colorado. The previous game against Colorado, they lost 3-1. But before that, I think it was a 7-game stretch of 1-goal games. They've been going to overtime a lot as well. Edmonton 7-2 in their last 9 trips to Arizona. The Yotes are in a back-to-back. When it comes to side and total, I'm passing here. Uh, I'm tempted to go right back to Arizona plus 1.5, but it's just not a good spot for them. Colorado one night, Edmonton the next. Uh, that's a rough stretch for this Coyotes team. Um, when if you took Clayton Keller off out of the lineup, it's the by far the worst team in the NHL. So that brings me to props in this game. Leon Draisaitl over 1.5 points, which is plus 100. He has 2 or more points in 5 of his last 6 games. Darnell Nurse to get a point for the Oilers, minus 108. He has a point in 4 straight games. Clayton Keller, anytime goal for Arizona. He has a goal in 7 of his last 9 games, plus 150. Nick Schmaltz to get an assist, plus 120. He has an assist in 5 straight games. If you like uh, shot props and you lay around minus 140, minus 150, Keller's shot prop is 2.5. He's getting like some games 3, but also getting 7 or 8 shots some games. So 2.5 is way too low of a number. I don't go with minus 140 bets. If I could get the 3.5, I would take that, which would be at plus money. But Keller's been shooting the puck. He's been scoring, so I like him to score. Schmaltz assist, they go hand in hand. And then Draisaitl over 1.5 points and Darnell Nurse to get a point here. Lean with Arizona plus 1.5, but probably not going back-to-back games. Oilers team total under 4.5 and the under 7. We'll see. We'll see. Terry is the reigning defending undisputed world champion of the world. Wow. Wow. Thank you. That's a big title to hold. Cashed his over 4 shot prop yesterday, Keller. That is, yeah. I don't know why it's at 2.5. It doesn't make sense. If you can ladder that, I would look at that. Nurse is a yes. Yep, 4 straight games with a point. And Edmonton player prop at minus 108. It's not very easy to come by, especially when they're minus 300 favorites. We'll go to the last game, then we'll get to the best bet segment here. Colorado Avalanche minus 243 to minus 275. Anaheim Ducks plus 180 to plus 225. 6.5s right across the board in this one. What can really be said about this game? Colorado, the far better team than Anaheim. Anaheim's lost 6 of their last 7 games. Colorado's won 5 of their last 6 in Anaheim. The Avalanche off an shootout win against the Arizona Coyotes. Now they're here in Anaheim, and I'm not getting involved in this game. As a fan, I'm rooting for the Anaheim Ducks to get an upset win. But as a bettor, the only thing I have in this game, Mikko Rantanen, anytime goal, minus 105. He has a goal in 6 of his last 8 games for the Avalanche. And still, he's looking to possibly break the franchise record for most goals in a season. So Mikko Rantanen, anytime goal. Other than that, nothing in this one. Alternate total goal 7.5, plus 142 for the over. Yeah, I could see it. I could see lots of goals. Ducks. Yeah. Pass lean Ducks plus 1.5 in the draw. Ooh, interesting. I'd be happy with the Ducks win. That'd be good to me. Troy Terry, anytime goal. All right, best of luck. Good morning. Good morning, Mossy. I see you've had a couple good nights in a row, Mossy. Great job. We'll post best bet later. Likely will be a shot and goal play. Not yet sure who I'm going to go with. I'm not a fan of today's slate. Hey, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But we'll take a look at what happened yesterday in the best bet segment. For me, I went with Vancouver in regulation, minus 110. Nick went with the under in Colorado, Arizona. It was looking good for most of the game, but that's the trouble taking under sometimes is crazy things happen. Carolina minus 2.5 and Cody Glass anytime goal for IceX. Unfortunately, did not cash. Kev went with Arizona plus 1.5, which did cash. Richie went with Keller anytime goal, which he scored, but McCarr didn't do anything for the Avalanche. Lex went with Carolina to score first. Boston scored first. Captain Bry with the heartbreaking loss, which I'm still not over, not 100% over, losing Kings puck line. Melissa went with Nashville, Toronto over 6, which finished 3-2, of course. And then Crystal also went with Vancouver in regulation, which cashed. Taking a look at the standings here for the month of March. I'm happy that this month is almost over. It's been kind of rough for most of us, but it is what it is. We'll be moving on to April soon. Crystal, great job. You've been killing it all month long. So fantastic job. Looking at today's best bets here. For me, nothing. No best bet until I figure it out in the next few seconds. IceX is going with Anaheim and Arizona, both on the money line. Tim with Denver minus 5.5. Jokic triple double. Captain Bry is going with Florida and New Jersey money line. Nick is going to go with Montreal. Montreal money line. Okay, I'll find out the odds for that. Thanks, man. It's been a pretty good week. Only had one hiccup, but got back on track. That's awesome. Keep it up. Keep it up. Best bet would have been Kraken money line, Ducks money line, but can't bring myself to bet that. Yes, I think that's a good choice not to. I don't think it's been rough for me, right? IceX 1-21. Yeah. Maybe, hey, you were top 3 last month, so you'll bounce back in April. Hopefully. But looking at today's slate, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You know what? I'm gonna go a little ballsy here, and I'm gonna go Seattle and Minnesota draw. Draw. Three-way regulation draw. Go big, go home. Try to get myself right back in the up into the profitable section. So Seattle, Minnesota, three-way regulation draw. I think we get a draw. Best bet for Richie is to be determined. But that is today's show. Best of luck to everybody today. Welcome to all the new subscribers and the new viewers over the weekend. If you want to join in on the best bet segment, feel free. If you want to wait till April, it's a few days away. For sure, you can do that. But hit the like button if you enjoyed the content. Smash the like button. Smash the like button if you enjoy the content. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Appreciate all the support. Best of luck to everybody in your bets today, and we'll see you again tomorrow for a big Tuesday slate in the NHL. Best of luck, everybody.